Today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. At least that's what it's often called, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, but it's really the crypto Fear and Greed Index. I'll put a link up here to I'll put a link in the description to alternativeme.me, where you can basically get to this. Let's talk about what it is a little bit here. So the Fear and Greed Index, and by the way, I want to talk, well, I've got some good content, so hang tight. So this is a fear and greed index right now. It's basically this little thing here that shows you, as of April 6, 2020, extreme fear in the market. Next update is going to happen in 4 hours. So we've had extreme fear. Yesterday we had extreme fear. Day before, last week we had extreme fear, all ranked at 12. Last month was extreme fear at 16. Okay, here's a plot of the fear and greed index over the 365 days. A value of 0 means extreme fear. A value of 100 represents extreme greed. For more data until January 1st of 2018, which is obviously where they started, please use the API. I think you can come to max as well. I need to show you if you hit max. See? Now, here's the thing. Check this out. You would think, like, when the market was fearful, you would think, like, maybe that's kind of a time to buy because people are selling, so the prices are low. Now, when people are greedy, that's probably a good time to sell because prices are high. In theory, of course, emotionally, people can't do that. When everyone's greedy, it's natural to be greedy. When everyone's fearful, it's natural to be fearful. It's the reason why almost all Bitcoin traders are unsuccessful. And I would be willing to bet 99.9999999% of every trader you see on YouTube is a disastrous loser. And they do great in bull markets. Everybody's a winner, and if they're winners, it's because they've been in crypto for so long that as long as they didn't sell their original positions, they can't help but be winners. Now, there are some of them that may have a little bit more of a mechanical trading style that probably gives you a leg up because fighting your emotions is very, very difficult. I'll go this far and tell you this. You can't find any trader that exists who successfully trades a single market for more than, a couple of decades. You cannot find any single trader. I don't care who you are. You cannot find anyone who's trading a single market, meaning they just trade Forex. They just trade, the stock market on the, or they just trade options. Now you can find traders that have been successful, but they trade on more of a macroeconomic level. They look at the entire market, multiple asset classes. They're able to spot trends and they can successfully trade those. But even those guys have horrible losing streaks. And the only reason I say that is because once you understand kind of the fear and greed index and you understand how human psychology works, it's not about understanding the right. I did not even mean to get over there and start talking about trading, but it's not even about understanding the technical indicators. People talk about, oh, you got to master your emotions. Well, good luck with that. We're emotional beings. I mean, you can do a lot of things that help limit that, but one of the keys is being as mechanical as possible. But every mechanical strategy fails eventually. So I'm not trying to tell you not to be a trader. I guess I am telling you that. If you want to trade, there's nothing wrong with it. I have traded understanding what I've just told you. But the key is once you understand what I just told you, and by the way, I challenge you, go find any single person anywhere. Because I believe, like, in my past, I've always looked for mentors to follow. And I want to find out what your result is. I don't want to know you're just a teacher teaching a course that you tried something once. I want to know if I'm going to pay you as a mentor or a coach to teach me stock trading, I need to know that you have a multi-year track record. I got a buddy of mine who's trading Forex. I've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the whole 9 yards. And I hired coaches for Forex. And here's what I told him. Find me one person who has strictly just traded the Forex market alone successfully for multiple decades. Where's that guy? Where's that Warren Buffett, so to speak, which Warren Buffett is not a trader, but where's that guy out there that you can go look at in Forex? They don't exist. George Soros is one of them, but George Soros is really a macroeconomic trader who had basically a couple of killer, amazing trades, and you don't have his capital, so you can't do what he did. All right, enough about that. So understand degree. Let's get back to the fear and greed index. Bitcoin fear and greed. So now, I think this is worth being aware of if you're going to do anything other than dollar cost average. If you're looking for entry points, it's probably a good idea to look at where the fear and greed index is, but we'll keep going. We'll talk about trading here in a moment. Important update February 21st. We had an issue with different time zone on our update system, and therefore in the week of February 13th, that's irrelevant. All right, how to stack massive amounts of sats in 2020. This one weird trick. Ooh, I have it on tech. All right, why measure fear and greed? The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, of course, which results in FOMO, fear of missing out. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction of seeing red numbers. With our fear and greed index, we try to save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a buying opportunity. When investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. We discussed that already. Therefore, we analyze the current sentiment of Bitcoin market and crunches numbers into a simple meter from 0 to 100. 0 means extreme fear, 100 means extreme greed. See below. Okay. Data sources. This is important. We're gathering data from 5 following sources. Each data point is valued the same as the day before in order to visualize the meaningful progress and sentiment change of the crypto market. First of all, the current index is for Bitcoin only. We offer separate indexes for large altcoins soon. Oh, that's why they call it the Bitcoin. Even though it's called the crypto fear and greed, I didn't realize that. So this is only for Bitcoin because a big part of the volatility of the coin. Okay, but so 25% of the volatility, we're measuring the current volatility and max drawdowns of Bitcoin, compare it with corresponding average values of the last 30 days and 90 days. We argue that an unusual rise in volatility is a sign of a fearful market. Okay, that makes sense because typically if you have a lot of volatility, markets crash down. They don't crash up in theory, although Bitcoin can look like it crashes up sometimes. So that would make sense. 25% is rated on volatility. 25% of this rating is on volatility. How volatile has it been in the past few days? Market momentum volume. Also, we're measuring the current volume and market momentum, again, in comparison with the last 30 to 90 day average values, and put those two values together. Generally, when we see high buying volumes in a positive market on a daily basis, we conclude that the market acts overly greedy or too bullish. Social media, 15%. While our Reddit sentiment analysis is still not in the live index, we're still experimenting some with market-related keywords in the text processing algorithm. Our Twitter analysis is running. There we gather and count posts on various hashtags for each day. Publicly, we show only those for Bitcoin and check how fast and how many interactions they receive in a certain time frames. An unusual high interaction rate results in growing public interest in the coin and in our eyes corresponds to a greedy market behavior. I don't know if that's 100% true. So you have to decide, can you trust this this software? And I'll show you something, or this crypto fear and greed index or Bitcoin fear and greed index. Can you trust it? I'm going to show you something here in a minute. Surveys. Together with strawpoll.com, disclaimer, we own this site too. Quite a large public polling platform. We're conducting weekly crypto polls and ask people how they see the market. Usually we're seeing 2,000 to 3,000 votes on each poll, so we do get a picture of the sentiment of a group of crypto investors. We don't give these results too much attention, but it was quite useful in the beginning of our studies. You can see some recent results here. Okay, 15%. They said they don't give it too much attention, but 15% isn't a small amount. If you ask me, I think dominance should be a little bit higher. The dominance of a coin resembles the market cap shares of the whole crypto market, especially for Bitcoin. We think that a rise in Bitcoin dominance is caused by a fear of and thus a reduction of two speculative altcoin investments. That's interesting. Since Bitcoin is becoming more and more the safe haven of crypto, on the other side, when Bitcoin dominance shrinks, people are getting more greedy by investing in more risky altcoins, dreaming of their chance in next big bull run. Anyhow, analyzing the dominance for a coin other than Bitcoin, you could argue the other way around, since more interest is in an altcoin may conclude a bullish greedy behavior for that specific coin. Trends, 10%. We pull Bitcoin trends data for various Bitcoin related search queries and crush those numbers, especially the change of search volumes as well as recommended other currently popular searches. For example, if you check Google Trends for Bitcoin, you can get much information from the search volume, but currently you can see that there's currently a 1,550% rise in the query Bitcoin price manipulation in the box of the related search terms as of 5/29/2018. This is clearly a sign of fear in the market, and we can use that for our index. Okay, so you can embed it if you wanted to. Let's see. This is the API. No investment advice. Of course not. Okay, so here's the thing. I I like this index a lot. I don't know how I don't know if I agree with how they calculate the numbers, but here's the problem with it. You just need to be mindful. The market can always be more greedy. Even though there's 0 and 100, they can always be more fearful and they can always be more greedy. This thing has gone down a lot. It's gone to 12. I mean, it's near all-time lows. It has been as low as 5 before. But check this out. At 12, the prices went up today, 7,400. Today, earlier today, we were at 600, 6,000s. So we're at 7,408 right now. So even though the fear sentiment, the market is supposed to be in extreme fear, it's moved a lot. Sorry, that wasn't it. Queen Gecko, check this out. 15%, let's refresh, see where we're at. Okay, 14.9%. Look, in the past 7 days. In the past 7 days, we've been in extreme fear, but look at the price. It's going up, it hasn't gone down. So, past 1 hour, 0.8%. Past 24 hours, been up 7.5% in the past 24 hours. Does that seem like a fearful market? So I think it's best to always dollar cost average in. I don't think it's best to try to day trade Bitcoin to earn more Bitcoin in the long run, especially with a large portion of your portfolio. I personally believe in creating passive streams of income. And I have a newsletter, you can see that in the description, Crypto Passive Profits. The Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. You can go check that out. Here's what it looks like. Click on the link down in the description. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel. This has been the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Holy crap. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. If you've always wondered what it is, how to use it, it's just one tool you should use to create information if you're looking to buy in or trade. It's just one tool you should use. You should not rely on it exclusively. I recommend either developing passive streams of cryptocurrency, or what I recommend is that you just dollar cost average each week or each month. If you have any questions, put them down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this index or if you didn't know about it and you've just learned something about it today, hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. I try to reply to everybody if I can. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, crypto equals freedom, crypto wealth. I'm out.